The Hong Kong Sixers are well underway. We've got our next match starting right now. It's India batting against New Zealand. And Sodhi is the batsman on strike. Jadeja. Jay Jadeja at the non-striker's end. We've seen him out on the cricket pitch for some years, actually. Here we go. McCullum with the ball, and it'll be at least one to get the team total underway. Jadeja now on strike. He's an all-rounder, a very talented batsman, has scored plenty of one-day hundreds for his country many moons ago now. He missed out on playing for a few years there because of a ban, but he's back in Indian colours in this Sixers competition. Worked nicely down to fine leg, and a very comfortable way, Attar, to get off the mark.
Yes, sir. Atik Devija has been a very good player for India, but as you mentioned, due to ban he was out of it, but taking part in the Sixers.
Very wristy player, as you find with a lot of the Asian sides. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, they were unsuccessful in their run chase against South Africa, but they use their wrists a lot, and they'll flick to the onside, flick through covers. One deserved to be punished, and another boundary to Jadeja. It's India who are the current 2020 champions of world cricket. How are they going to go in Sixers?
Could have been a wide, actually, but making sure that Ajay Jadeja doesn't miss. Fetching another boundary. There you go, one more time. Should be called a wide. And it is.
It's harsh on the bowlers, isn't it? They've got short boundaries, and that one was just outside the white line that you see, the widest one, and that's the guide for the umpire. Only just. I mean, a ball there, you can still play a cut shot, but the bowler doesn't get away with it, nor does he get away with that. Jadeja opens the 6 account for India, and it's 9 runs so far. 11 to be precise, and 2 balls remaining.
He's a really good player of spin as well. Full toss, but you've got to put it away and putting away in style. 17.
Let's get the score right. It's 17. I was just doing the sums in my head. Oh, I doubt that they're going to play LB in this game. It's a leg bye to the Indian total. 18 off the first over, so a good start for India.
18 coming in the first over. Not a bad shout, actually. It is a really good shout. To hit the stumps, I reckon.
Well, I think height will always be an issue with this artificial surface. There's a lot of it's very hard underneath, so it's probably a cement base, and then they put the artificial surface. So bounce, unless it's really full, it's probably going to continue over the stumps. But it was worth a shout. I don't think we'll see too many LBWs given throughout the tournament. Hitchcock is the bowler running in now.
In the last game we saw South Africa scoring more than 100 runs. There is a bigger number of supporters coming in to support India.
Nicely played, man in front of point. And this game is a frenzy, and Asher is very busy out there. Where are you, Asher?
Well, I'm out in the stands with Indian supporters. This is the noisiest one down here so far. It's 12 noon, and I don't know how they're going to keep this up, but I'm sure they will for India. Current 2020 champions. How do you think India's going to do?
Yeah! Win! They're going to win! We are a champion!
There you have it. Back to you guys in the box.
I hope you get out of there alive, Asher. I'm not sure that was a real moustache. It looked like the stick-on one that guy had. Very passionate supporters, aren't they? I mean, in India, it's a religion. In Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. I've just come from 3.5 weeks in India, and it's just amazing the passion in which they support the game. And there's no middle ground. They either think their players are heroes or they're villains. And let me tell you, coming back from the ICC World 2020, there were millions of people along the streets in right to the cricket stadium supporting them, and the supporters will also enjoy that shot from Jadeja. You just see what a great striker he is with the cricket ball.
Effortless. Just put the foot down and hit it over the bowlers. Beautiful shot. Good piece of timing.
It's been smashed back into his own foot. They don't tickle. They often, they come inside the pad, actually miss the protection. Got a bit of a limp on. It's come in very heavily on the foot. Ouch! No good.
Could have easily dragged it onto the stumps. Can be hurtful as well.
Getting back to the Indian return from the ICC World 2020, they were the champions, obviously, but what would normally take an hour from the airport to the cricket stadium, Wankhede, it took them 5.5 hours, and they were in an open-top bus because of the millions of people right along the roads, right all the way to the ground. Phenomenal pictures. I wasn't there when they arrived, but I saw the vision on TV, the news coverage and photographs, and it was quite something. And it can only happen in a place like India.
Oh yes, and I'm sure there would have been so many supporters, so many people trogging over in the airport to see their heroes welcoming back home.
Again, nicely clipped to the onside, but didn't quite middle it, so they'll come back for 2. .35 for no loss. This is the 3rd over, and it all happened so quickly. It's only 5 overs a team, and we just saw from South Africa in the previous game, they've set the standard so far. 115 they scored, and Bangladesh unable to chase it down.
Today they're moving in to 30. He needs to, I think, probably get another opportunity, because you've got to cross over 30 runs to...
Well, it's 31, isn't it, the retirement? I think that's to allow a batsman to hit 6 sixes in an over. And that's a huge hit. Sodhi hasn't had much of the strike. In fact, that's only the 4th ball he's faced. It's a 6. He'll move on to 9. And it was huge.
It was a low full toss, and Sodhi picked it up very, very early and hit it cleanly over the mid-wicket region for a big 6. Look at that.
It's a big full toss, so I think that was given as a no ball as well. This one over the keeper's head, it should be 6. Wow, it's a short boundary. It's almost gone directly over his head, over the keeper's head, and nearly into the commentary box.
That's an amazing shot, isn't it? You talk about the short boundary, but you've still got to have enough bat so that the ball goes over. Look at that. Try to scoop it, getting the top edge and up, all the way to the boundary.
You used to play those shots, didn't you, Atta? That was your specialty. And it'll be another boundary. So Sodhi, who didn't have much of the strike in the first couple of overs, making the most of these deliveries he's facing. Nastal, a little bit wayward. He's frustrated with not getting the length right. A couple of full tosses and a couple of these deliveries, if the batsman had let it go, you'll see that it would be outside the white line there for a wide. And a wide is 2 runs in the extra delivery. With that one short, wide, and 4 to finish the over. 58 for no loss after 3.
Very good start from the Indians. Jadeja will face the next delivery. He has moved on to 30. There is a big support for the Indian team. Indian flags, Indian colours, supporters in the Indian shirts as well. Very loud as well.
I wonder what he's saying. Shabash, shabash. That means very good, doesn't it?
Yeah, come on, come on.
Or maybe jaldi, jaldi. Hurry up, hurry up. More runs.
So you're picking up a few Hindi words?
Oh, shukriya. That's thank you, right?
Yep.
That's it. That's all I've got. That's all I've got for you. What's out in Hindi?
Out is out, brother.
Leg bited Jadeja. He's still on 30, so he's trying to finish with a maximum. So he's got the maximum score. 36 is the most a batsman can get. Of course, they can come back into play if they retire and all the other wickets have fallen. They can come back at the end. You'd think for that to happen, they'll only get a few balls to face, but they can. The retired batsman can get another bat. Nicely struck. There's a few spectator killers going around this ground.
He's played some really good shot. Once again, not an easy delivery to play off that kind of shot. It was a low full toss. Took his time, moved his front leg and hit it on top. Right from the sweet part of his bat. And gets the girls dancing.
Shabash, shabash. This one is high and it is long enough. It's going to be on the roof of maybe that apartment block we're seeing there. The umpires, let's give a thought to the umpires for a second here. How exhausted are they going to be at the end of the day with all the sixes and fours, and it's not a placid game for them.
Yeah, it's all raining here. Sixes and fours. One more time. Sodhi hitting a big six and retiring for 35 off just 9 deliveries. Super stuff. Got a lot of work for the umpires, as you just mentioned. India moving on to 71, just 3.3.
Very good job from Sodhi, given that he didn't get much of the strike in the first couple of overs. It was all Jadeja, and it's been the reverse in the last over or so. But 35 off 9, well, you don't get much better than that. So India well poised to maybe rival the South African score of 115. That's the highest we've seen today. Robin Singh, the captain for India, punches it down the ground. And with only 4 fieldsmen out there, I suppose you're unlucky as a batsman to pick him out.
Indian cricket team would be eyeing that 3-figure mark. Sunil Joshi to come later. Bit of a stretching for Danny Morrison.
They'll take the 1 run. Danny Morrison, there he is, limbering up. I suppose at his age, you've got to be careful not to tear the groin muscle or the hamstring. He's going through the paces. He's still pretty trim, though. I think he likes the gym these days. Very conscious of staying fit. You never know when you're going to be asked to play sixes cricket. Well bowled. And there'll be another bye. It's the end of the 4th over. It's 74 for no loss. Out of the back of the hand, something that Steve Waugh used to like to bowl, and a lot of bowlers from Steve Waugh's era and passed on into this generation have tried to copy that. When you get it right, very effective.
And especially this kind of cricket where the batsmen are looking to hit big shots. The last over to be bowled by Danny Morrison.
He's the death bowler. And look at him to bowl with accuracy. Martin Crowe, one of the legends of New Zealand cricket, 77 test matches, an average of about 45. Made close to 200 one-day internationals, I'm pretty sure. And it's a lovely hairstyle too. Through the covers and 4, 1 bounce.
And the first delivery from Danny Morrison, it was the width, and Robin Singh putting it to the cover boundary. India moving on to 78. You've got to put them away, and if you get the gaps around, you will pick up the boundaries. Once again, this time around, only a single.
Very good competitor, Danny Morrison. In his heyday, he was relied on the art of swing bowling. He was only a short guy, so he was quick through the air and quite quick in his heyday, but it was this away swing and control that was why he was so good. Close to the stumps like we see then, and only the one for India. So New Zealand, let me start again. New Zealand have been able to slow things down enough to make it a reasonable chasing total. Jadeja will now retire. Just couldn't quite get the strike towards the end, but well batted.
Took 15 deliveries to score 31 with 3 4s and 2 6s. So second batsman, the top 2 batsmen retiring. It was Sodhi who did the trick for India. 9 deliveries for 35.
Oh, he's picked the man out. So the man on the onside has been pushed a little bit squarer to more a mid-wicket. Unfortunately for India, picked him out in the deep, but very hard for a new batsman to come out and hit the big ones. 2 balls remaining if there's no extra. Good bowling again. Morrison thought he'd just snuck that one under the blade. He's a good death bowler.
It's experience definitely coming into play for Danny Morrison. Look at that. Fuller length, attempted Yorker, and a dot ball. Brilliant stuff.
I don't know how the body feels. Such a bowling is really an unnatural movement, isn't it? And that's why bowlers get stress fractures and all the rest of it. And I dare say when you get a bit older, it becomes even harder. Last ball, slower one, and there is a man out there. He's got to jump, but he's not tall enough, or he couldn't jump high enough into the stand. So a 6 for India to finish the innings. That's a good result for them. And it's 89 New Zealand are chasing for victory now. This is a really open game. It's about a pass score. You'd say between 80 and 90. Very chaseable, but India could win with that total as well.
This is going to be a really good game. 89, the target set by the Indians. As you mentioned, sort of a target where none of the teams would be sure that the game is under the belt. So it's a top 2 batsman. India, it's 88 and 5 over. So the 35 of 9, Jadeja 31 of 15, and then Singh getting into the act 13 of just 6 deliveries.
In New Zealand, after a hectic start from the India batsmen, it was McCullum at 17 and Hitchcock 11, 29 to Astle. You don't expect that from him, but a good finish, and that's why they're able to keep India to 88 all up. A few hovering in that vicinity. They're at long on, one of the longer boundaries, but they're very busy, the girls, dancing away, and they've always in sync with their routines. Now it's time for New Zealand to try and get in sync and match a run rate, which is 17.8 throughout the innings, and that's to gain victory. 89 they require. India will feel that they're in with a real chance of keeping them under that score, but I think we've already noticed that a really good first innings total is above 90, and it may be approaching around 100. You should win with that, but New Zealand, with their hitting ability of Spearman, Hitchcock, Nathan Astle, McCullum, will give it a good crack. Here we go.
We're starting with Sunil Joshi, and the first ball being dispatched to the boundary. So there's got a lot of batting to come for the New Zealand, as you just mentioned. Nathan Astle, McCullum, the big hitter. So they just need to be a bit careful as well. They don't want to give too many runs or a flying start to the New Zealanders.
Well, Spearman's the man for me. He set the scene in their first run chase, and he's just started as he finished off. He retired in that first game, and he's a difficult player to stop because the small boundaries, as we keep talking about, but he's known for his hitting ability, and he's set the scene in England of late. That's worth a shout. Very, very close. Not given. It was worth a shout.
Sunil Joshi, that was a really good shout. We talked about the bounce.
It's hitting halfway up middle, I'm afraid. I think there's been a little chat amongst the umpires. We're not playing LBWs in this competition. That one to the short part of the ground, but there is a man there. Just the single. Yeah, that was a very good shout. That was out, wasn't it? Count himself lucky, Spearman. He's back on strike. We saw with the All-Stars that Kumble had success, the slower bowler. He kept it tight. Shane Warne. So the spinners, because they're slowing it down, it's the same in all forms, isn't it? The slower the bowling, if it's accurate, as a batsman, you've got to make all the pace. And so there's a real place for the spin bowlers in this competition. They can go the journey as well, but it can be a hard delivery to hit the slow turning ball.
Last ball being dispatched for on the boundary. So New Zealand 17 runs in the first over. Yes, you talked about the slow delivery. I think it's important for the pace bowlers to come up and bowl those slow deliveries, mixing it up with pace. Just makes it a bit difficult for the batsman to pick quickly. You all know the batsmen in these form of the game would like to have the ball coming onto the bat nicely so they can hit it through the line. If it's short, they can put it away. It's going to be a good contest here. 17 coming in the first over. 72 needed from 24 deliveries.
Yeah, and that means they brought the run rate required down to just under 15. So that's what happened after the first over. They were able to score that 17, and it just comes in a little bit easier for the run chase. It's still a hefty run rate, but in terms of what we see these days with 2020 cricket, they're always operating at 8, 9 runs and over. In this form, it's up around 20. Quite amazing, the hitting ability of batsmen and the willingness, not so much in this game because we expect it, but in other forms of the game, how batsmen just go for it. And I suppose when you're playing these rapid forms, that translates into the next form of the game, one-day cricket, then that moves on into Test cricket, and I think that's why Test cricket run rate has increased over the years. There to go. That was leg sides, but you can understand why I asked the question. But it was really on the pads, wasn't it? You felt that the batsman, if he was on song, would have picked that up and hit it over mid-wicket. Just missing leg.
Very good piece of bowling from Bhatia. Not giving any room. I think it's important for a bowler to pitch it up, make the batsman drive back pass straighter, because it's huge gaps. Just the 4 fielders at the boundary. That's a full toss and just dropping shot from Sunil Joshi.
Nicol, it's Michael Slater here. Can you hear me? Nicol Chopra, calling Nicol Chopra. Just having a technical issue there. And while we come back live, That is a 1 bounce 4. So it's a steady start by New Zealand, but India not going too bad at the moment. The run rate required back up over 20. And India need to keep slowing it down, and a couple of wickets will help also.
You mentioned about a couple of wickets, and probably these kind of deliveries will add the pressure to the New Zealand batsman as well. Just a single in the previous delivery. The bowler can keep it tight, then anything can happen.
Good bowling. Now, corker Yorker. And always hard delivery to get away. There's if it's slightly dragged down, then you've got a half volley, but great direction from the bowler on that occasion. That one nicely played, and that'll be a straight 6. Beautifully through the line of the ball. And that was a good finish for Spearman. He moves on to 18.
It was a good over, but the last delivery, very nicely played by Spearman. Good shot back past the bowler, full length, no problem whatsoever.
There's the equation, 56 off 18 balls, and in normal cricket you'd say, well, good luck, there's no chance you'll get them, but we're at Cowland Cricket Club, the boundaries are short, it's an artificial surface, very true for the batsman, and New Zealand have already accomplished a fantastic run chase in their first game, so they've got the understanding of this game, or I suppose the form and momentum to carry them across the line in this fixture as well. India trying hard to get a breakthrough and are still not out of this match. It's Chopra now into the attack. We did try and have a chat with him. Look, his earpiece is out, that's why I couldn't hear me. 4 runs. Nicely played.
Nikhil Chopra down the legs, a wrong line, easy picking for the batsman. Hitchcock picking up that boundary quite easily.
Full toss. 1 bounce over the bowler's head, and that's a good result for India, only the 1 run. That's interesting, Jadeja. I thought he was wicket-keeping with 1 glove there. He's thrown it up to get the throw, but he's a good bowler, so he's taking up the keeping position. And I thought he would have been in the bowling at some point. He's got a lot of work to do, testing out his wicket-keeping skills.
Pretty tight call. Ajay Jadeja did a pretty decent job with the bat. Well bowled, really full of length, attempted Yorker. Not really giving any chance for the batsman to create some room and crave out a shot. Just getting a little bit tight for New Zealand now.
You're not wrong. Run rate required. It's just under 22, and the reason it's getting tight, Joshi went for 16, they're on track, but Thea only went for 11, and this over has only gone for 7, so some good bowling here from India, really tightening things. Again, in the block hole, only 1. And so that'll complete the 3rd over. And it's New Zealand now requiring 44 of the final 12 deliveries.
It's a really good over from Nikhil Chopra. Just the 8 runs coming in his over. And, there you go, lads. Perhaps we might just get in a chance to have a word with him. He just put his earpiece back in his ear.
Well, I'm not having much luck, so the next chat you'll have a go. I think there's a voodoo on this system when I try. And our sound guy is on the case, just making sure that... Go on, Atta, give it a go.
Hi, Nikhil. This is Athar. Nikhil Chopra. He's got the earpiece in, but I'm not too sure whether he can listen to me.
Well, it wasn't me. We thought he was wired for sound, but not yet. We'll try that again a bit later. So now it's the fourth bowler. Sodhi, the bowler, number 7. And out of the park he goes, too short. And just helped on its way. Spearman should move to 31 with that shot. And it does. So someone needs to tell him if that is actually his total, which says it is up in the commentary box, he should be retiring. And he does. Finally, it work out that 31 is the retiring score. Well batted again, showing good form in this Sixers competition.
That's good stuff. Nikhil Chopra, this is Athar from the com box.
Yeah, hi.
Very good over. Your first over costing just 8 runs. You reckon you can wrap this up?
Well, hopefully. I think if Sodhi can deliver the rest of the 5 deliveries on the spot and not give too many. I think last over you don't want to be more than 20, I'd say. You know, we need 20 in the last over where Robin's going to be bowling. And I'm pretty confident with Robin last over and not giving more than 20.
Why is Jadeja keeping and not bowling?
Well, he's an old man now, Sled. He's got competition in the squad. Well, we had a toss-up between Robin and Jadeja. So I guess Robin's been bowling the nets as well during the practice session, so he felt that he could bowl and do a better job than Ajay.
He's using the maximum distance too, where he can stand. He's almost a backstop.
Well, he's not got too many in his gloves. Oh, brilliant! That's the
And
one.
bowling him. Terrific work. You heard from Chopra the delight at a wicket. They understand that they're well on track in their first game for a victory.
Come on, come on, come on.
And as if all fired up, the Indians. So the picking up a wicket. Slow delivery on the back of his hand and a nicely bowled and cleaning up Hitchcock. Hitting the centre.
And they're pumped up. This is fun cricket. They're all out there having a great time, but they're pumped up. They understand that this is a tournament. If they win, it's 100,000 US. And that will be divvied up amongst the players. So that's a pretty good earn in a couple of days. Spearman, 31, retired. Hitchcock just out for 13. And a big job for New Zealand to get home from here. McCullum, the new batsman. It's all happening out there. And it's a case that Jadeja as keeper is standing on that white mark, which I think is the line. He can't go beyond that as the wicket keeper. So he's more or less a backstop. There's a single there all the time. Astle was running to the danger end. And he needs to take strike now because he hasn't faced a ball, but he's the big hitter.
It has to be either Nathan Astle or McCullum to do the job for the New Zealanders. It's not going to be easy. I think the Indian bowlers are bowling pretty decently. Sodhi in his first over, just giving him a 9 runs, pick a wicket of Hitchcock. Once again, full of length and nicely put away. Look at that. There's nothing wrong with that delivery at all, but that was a really good shot from Astle.
He's always been very strong down the ground, and he loves to cut the ball. He would cut the ball at will on anything just outside the off stump. In Test cricket, it got him in trouble because he'd often cut too close and get caught in the gully or caught in the slips. But in one-day cricket, He's very strong through that offside, and as we just saw, down the ground. Where's this one going? Down the ground again. It will take some stopping. It won't be stopped. So consecutive boundaries, exactly what New Zealand want as they move on to 63. So that's 26 to win off 7 deliveries remaining.
International getting into the act one more time. There's 2 boundaries and 2 deliveries for him. Huge gaps around, and once you play back past the bowler, you pick up a boundary for sure.
Nicely played, a flat 6. Look out in the stand. Astle at his best, and that's 6 to finish the over and keeps them in the hunt. It'll be 20 off the last over for victory. Look at that crunch.
That's exactly the target that Nikhil Chopra mentioned while we were having a chat. So is this going to be India or New Zealand? 20 needed.
That's right. And very gettable, but let's go down and see. Well, this is exactly what he said. Nikhil Chopra, Michael Slater here, mate. This is exactly what you thought would be a tough chase in the final over. Have you got that earpiece in?
Yep.
20 runs off the last over. You said that this is this will be a tough chase from here, won't it?
Yeah, I can hear you.
A tough chase, 20 runs in the last over?
Well, last over, 20 to go. Pretty confident with the old man, Robin Singh.
Is that right? You're very confident. He's concentrating. We'll let him concentrate. And here he is, Singh into the attack, and he knows where to put the ball. Mostly. Nicely played. Just tickled around the corner. 4 runs. Good start for New Zealand. This is going to be a tight one.
Well, not in that direction. Nikhil Chopra is quite confident. I think the New Zealand batsmen might be fancying their chances here as well.
Well, the ground's not big enough. If a batsman's in and going, you can't stop it. The only way is getting a Yorker, but then if the batsman starts charging, he can negate that. He starts just dabbing down to third man. That's an easy 4. Very well played. And 4 balls remaining, 12 required. And Nikhil, he was very confident 2 balls ago. Looking a tad concerned now. 3 4s will do it. 2 6s will do it. Gee, my math's good these days. Here we go. Straight through to the keeper, so it'll only be 1. And India are still very much in the hunt for victory.
Nikhil?
Yep.
How are you feeling now? 11 needed of 3 deliveries.
Well, 1 good delivery. 1 dot ball can change the game.
You need another one.
Yeah, 1 dot ball.
All right, good luck.
And that'll be 4. 1 bounce. The New Zealanders were willing it over the rope, but still 4 will do. 7 off 2 balls.
Anybody's game. With that boundary, just 7 needed of the 2 deliveries.
Well, Jadeja coming up. He's talking to Robin Singh. I don't know what he's saying. I suppose they're trying to. If this is a dot ball, then New Zealand can't win. New Zealand need at least 1, and then they can hit keeps it open for a 6 on the last ball if they only get 1. A 4 will damage India's hopes, but this game could be a tie even. 2 balls remaining. So important that Singh gets it accurate. He doesn't want a wide or a no ball. And that 1, it should only be 1. They're running hard, the batsmen. Only 1. 6 will win the game for New Zealand. Can they do it?
Fantastic stuff from Robinson.
Nikhil, 6. Can they do it?
One more run.
What if it's in the air coming to you?
Take it. Okay. Go.
Nikhil, Slats here again. You nervous?
Yes, let's. I said 1 last delivery, 6. You couldn't ask for a better finish.
Well, you wouldn't want to drop it on the fence and it trickle over for 6, would you?
Sing's the man. Sing's the man.
Well, here we go. Last ball. 6 to win. And it's victory to India. Very well bowled. Nikhil Chopra said he was confident as soon as Robin Singh got the ball for that final over, and he was right. Very well bowled, right the way through. It was Sodhi, the expensive bowl, at 23 for the 1 wicket, but it's New Zealand go down by 4 runs, and India, in their first appearance in the Hong Kong Sixers, get off to a handsome start.
It's a great piece of bowling, especially the last delivery from Robin Singh. Fuller, Yorker length, nothing much a batsman could do, just play it down the ground for a single. And as Nikhil Chopra mentioned, great stuff from India. It was good run chase from Spearman, 31 of just 12 deliveries. Astle, 19 of 5. McCullum, 10 of 5, but not enough.
New Zealand will be disappointed given their run chase in their first game, but it's a case of India's bowling was outstanding. Joshi 16, Bhatia 13, Chopra only went for 8, that's outstanding. 23 for Sodhi, he gave New Zealand a chance, but Singh in the final nervous over only went for 15 runs when they required 20. So 88 India scored, and that's about a par score, I would say, at Kowloon Cricket Club. At New Zealand could only muster 84 for 1, and it's India winning their first game by 4 runs.